There is a silence that terrifies the modern heart. It is not the silence of the grave, nor the silence of the void, but the silence of the self. We live in an age where the greatest fear is not war, not famine, not disease. The prospect of sitting alone in an empty room with nothing but the echo of one's own mind. We have built civilizations upon the foundation of distraction. We have erected monuments to noise. But in this evening, in this sacred pause between the inhalation of the past and the exhalation of the future, we must confront a fundamental truth about the architecture of the human soul. It has been said in the ancient whispers of the East that it is better to walk alone than to walk with a fool. This is not arrogance. This is not a dismissal of humanity. It is a geometric necessity of the spirit. When Gautama the Buddha, the awakened one, was asked this question, is it better to journey in company or in solitude? His answer cut through the sentimentality of social bonding like a diamond cutting glass. He said, "It is better to walk alone than to walk with a fool." And before you look around to identify the fools in your life, pause. Look in the mirror. Because he was quite sure that if you do not know who you are, if you have not conquered the armies of your own confusion, then the fool is walking in your shoes. There is a lore in this land, a wisdom carried on the monsoon winds for 18,000 years. It says, if you want to go fast, walk alone. If you want to go far, walk together. This is a beautiful sentiment for the physical world, for the carrying of burdens, for the building of bridges. But the journey of the interior, the pilgrimage toward the center of your own consciousness, obeys a different set of laws. In that realm, who is walking with you matters more than the distance you travel. We have romanticized the idea of togetherness. We believe that if we are miserable alone, we will be happy together. But this is a mathematical fallacy. If you are miserable alone and you join another who is miserable alone, you do not create happiness. You create a multiplication of misery. You create a marketplace of sorrow where you barter your emptiness for their noise. Unless you are a twin, born of the same cell, sharing the same heartbeat in the womb, you came into this existence alone, and you will depart alone. The space between arrival and departure is the only time you have to master the art of company. And the first company you must keep, the most difficult guest you will ever host, is yourself. If one does not know how to sit within the cathedral of their own being, if one does not know how to be a sanctuary unto themselves, then togetherness becomes a nuisance. It becomes a friction. It becomes a mechanism of escape rather than an act of creation. Look at the terminology we use. We refer to ourselves as human beings. Have you ever meditated on the weight of that second word? Being. Every other creature on this planet is defined by its doing. The tiger is a tiger because it hunts. The eagle is an eagle because it soars. They are trapped in the beautiful, compulsive cycle of their nature. They are biological machines, perfect in their design, but limited in their scope. Nature has drawn two lines for them, a bottom line and a top line. They live within that corridor. They cannot be less than what they are, and they cannot be more. A tiger will never aspire to be a vegetarian philosopher. It is fixed. But you are the anomaly of creation. You are the human being. This means you have the capacity to simply. You are the only creature who can arrest the momentum of compulsive action. You can stop. You can observe. you can step out of the river of instinct and stand on the bank of awareness. This is the unique quality of the human mechanism, that we are not slaves to our chemistry. We are not puppets of our history. Our action can be conscious. Our action can be judicious. Our action can be a choice, not a reaction. Yet, look at the world. When people gather, is it a gathering of consciousness? Or is it a collision of compulsions? It can be an association for purposeful action. Yes, it can be a gang united by a common greed or fear. It can be a crowd, a mindless organism moving on the currents of panic or rage. But essentially, to be human means we have reached a singularity in evolution. We have reached the point where biology hands the baton to consciousness. Nature says, I have brought you this far. I have given you a spine, a brain, a nervous system capable of perceiving the cosmos. The rest is up to you. This is the terror and the glory of your existence. For every other creature, evolution is a biological process that takes millions of years. For you, evolution is a conscious decision that can happen this evening. Right now, there is no limit. There is no top line. You are a ladder with no final rung. You are a seed that can grow into a tree whose branches touch the stars, or you can rot in the soil of your own lethargy. The choice is terrifyingly yours. But to make this choice, you must first become an individual. We use this word loosely. We put it on our tax forms. We use it to describe our fashion choices. But the word individual has a sacred etymology. It comes from indivisible, that which cannot be divided. I ask you a simple question, and I want you to answer it in the silence of your own heart. How many people are living inside of you? When things are going well, when the sun is shining and the praise is flowing, you say, I did this. I am wonderful. This success is the fruit of my genius. You are one. You are the hero of your story. But the moment the clouds gather, the moment the plan fails, the moment you act with cruelty or stupidity, suddenly, the population inside you multiplies. You say, it was not me. It was my ego. It was my karma. It was the devil. It was my childhood. It was the traffic. Mr. Ego. He is the universal scapegoat. He is the fall guy for humanity's lack of spine. When you are wonderful, you take the credit. When you are nasty, you blame the ego. This is a fractured existence. This is a state of schizophrenia that we have normalized and called personality. To be an individual means you have killed the extra characters. You have fired the understudies. You have cleared the stage. It means you stand in the spotlight of your own life and say, if I am wonderful, it is me. If I am nasty, it is me. If I succeed, it is my hand. If I fail, it is my stumbling. You must fix this fragmentation. You are not a committee. You are not a parliament of conflicting voices. You are one. If you do not see yourself as an individual, as an indivisible entity, you cannot transform. How can you transform a mess? How can you evolve a crowd? You can only transform a unity. If you are one, you can be shaped. If you are many, you are chaos. Are you 24 hours wonderful? No, let us be honest. Sometimes you are a god, sometimes you are a demon. Sometimes you are the Buddha, sometimes you are the beast. It is okay. It is part of the texture of life. But you must understand that the one who is the Buddha and the one who is the beast, the same. If you realize this, then gradually the moments of nastiness will recede. The moments of beauty will expand. Why? Because no one consciously chooses to be ugly. No one consciously chooses to be in pain. Nastiness is a product of unconsciousness. It is what happens when you fall asleep at the wheel of your own life. If you understand it is me, you will naturally steer toward what is sweet, what is high, what is luminous. If you think it is my karma, you'll wait for the karma to change while you rot in the same patterns. This is why the transition to being an individual is the most important step in your spiritual architecture. If this does not happen, if you remain a fragmented crowd, then coming together with other people will only result in a larger mess. Look at the state of our relationships. Look at the state of our nations. It is a collision of fragmented people trying to find wholeness in each other. It is two beggars trying to pick each other's pockets, hoping to find wealth. It will not work. All creatures hang out together: sheep flock, fish school, wolves pack. Even monkeys, our evolutionary cousins who are just one step behind us on the ladder, they exist in bunches. They cannot bear to be alone. It is only the human being who has the prerogative, the cognitive luxury to sit alone and transform, to sit alone and rewrite the code of their own existence. This is why you are called a human. You are capable of just being. You are not in a compulsive state of activity. You are not a shark that must swim to breathe. You can sit. You can be still. You can let the mud settle until the water is clear enough to reflect the moon. If you want to evolve consciously, you must reclaim this power. You do not need to wait for 1,000,000 years of natural selection to give you a third eye or a pair of wings. You can grow the wings of consciousness tonight. But before you associate with people, before you build families, before you build companies, before you build societies, it would be vital to spend a certain period of your life withdrawing. I am not asking you to go to the Himalayas and live in a cave, though the silence there is helpful. I am asking you to withdraw into the cave of your own interiority. Every day, in the morning, or for a specific retreat in your life, you must look at this piece of life, this you, and ask, in what ways can this be a little better than it was yesterday? Not better in terms of bank balance, not better in terms of social standing, but better in the texture of its existence. How can this life be a little more graceful, a little more perceptive, a little more loving than it was 24 hours ago? Most people come together to fulfill needs. It is a transaction. I have a hole in my heart, you have a plug. Let us fit together. This is not love, this is mutual parasitism. Some come together to fulfill a purpose, a cause. That is noble, but it is still external. Some come together simply to eat, drink, and escape the gnawing sensation of their own emptiness. They cannot be alone, because when they are alone, the demons come out. So, I give you a challenge, a prescription for the soul. This is something every human being must do if they wish to claim their humanity. Take a break. Not a vacation to a beach where you distract yourself with cocktails and sunsets. Take a break from. Just for 24 hours. Can you do this? Right now, you are among people, but sometime soon find 24 hours. In this time, you do not read. You do not watch television. You do not touch the phone, that digital umbilical cord that keeps you fed with the garbage of the world. You do not speak. You simply sit in your room, alert, not sleeping. Sleeping is easy, sleeping is death's rehearsal. I am asking you to be alive, awake, alert, and alone. If you do this, if you sit there without the crutches of distraction, you will watch the nature of your mind. And I promise you, within the first hour, you will certify yourself as a madman. You will see the insanity that you carry under the hood. The mind will jump like a monkey stung by a scorpion. It will bring up memories you thought were buried. It will invent anxieties about the future. It will replay trivial conversations from 10 years ago. It will scream for stimulation. For most people, the mind cannot stay on any one thing unless it is in activity. It needs the drug of motion. Simply being is torture for the uncultivated mind. The compulsive state of psychological activity is always on, like a radio that has lost its knob and is stuck on maximum volume between two stations. Static, noise, chaos. When you are like this, you cannot be. And if you cannot be a human being. You are just a human doing, a human thinking, a human reacting. But the being has to happen. You must sit through the madness. You must watch the dust storm of your thoughts swirl and rage until it runs out of energy. You must sit until the monkey gets tired. And eventually, if you do not feed it with attention, if you do not fight it, if you simply witness it, the silence will come. It will not be an empty silence. It will be a pregnant silence. A silence full of presence. A silence that is not the absence of noise, but the presence of the universe. Only then, when you know how to be by yourself, when you are no longer a beggar for attention, when you are no longer a hole demanding to be filled, only then will coming together be hugely rewarding. Because now, you are not coming to take. You are coming to share. You are not coming to complete yourself. You are coming as a complete being to share your completeness with another complete being. This is the difference between a collision and a dance. When two whole individuals meet, it is a celebration. When two fragmented halves meet, it is a desperate attempt at survival. So, do not look for the right person to walk with. First, become the right person to walk with. Fix the one who walks in your shoes. Make this entity, this life that you are, so pleasant, so exuberant, so complete, that if you were left alone on a desert island for eternity, you would still be in good company. If you can enjoy your own company, you are free. If you need the company of others to feel alive, you are a slave. The path to liberation, the path to the ultimate union, begins with the courage to walk alone. Not to separate yourself from the world, but to find the world within yourself. Walk alone until you are no longer walking with a fool. Walk alone until the crowd inside you falls silent. Walk alone until you realize that in the deepest silence of your being, you were never truly alone at all. You were just waiting for yourself to arrive.